So I've been binge watching this show. It is called Justice. Hold on, y'all. Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. It is so good. Well, I finished it in like a day or two. It's called Jupiter's Legacy. And every time I'm not a TV person, but when I do end up watching TV or a movie, some kind of way I end up sitting in front of a screen watching something that applies immediately to my circumstances or my life some kind of way. And usually when I'm watching something, it's always something that has to do with a person having this super power ability to do something. Like, I'm so drawn to superhumans. So anyways, I've been watching this show called Jupiter's Legacy. And the main character reminded me so much of myself. Like, it's crazy. But I know that there are a lot of other people who can probably relate to this as well. Who could definitely relate to this as well. So the main character goes through this traumatic event. And he's battling with his mental health now. He's hearing a voice of his father. Somebody who he loves and cares about. He's hearing his voice, but he's also getting these visions. The voice of his father is like making him feel like he's not enough, or like beating him down, and it's hurtful. Just beating at him, but he's still seeing a vision. Like, he knows that there's someplace he's supposed to be, something he should be figuring out. And once everybody's looking at him like he's crazy because he's talking to himself and he's going through this battle. And I can relate to that because I talk to myself. I don't think I do it in front of people. I know people. I know my mom. I know people. I'm going to just say that. People think I'm missing some screws for real because of how I am emotionally and how I'm withdrawn. And, just how I respond to life. Sometimes people think that, I don't got all my screws, but that's okay. I like being different. Different is dope. But anyways, so yeah, he's having these visions and there's a voice in his head. I'm about to kind of spoil it. The entire show is not about this exact thing, but this is just a part of it. So hopefully if you want to watch it, you may want to stop this episode and come back to it later after you watch the show, because I'm about to spoil it a little bit. So he's battling with his mental health. He has these visions, something telling him or pulling him to a place. And he's trying to figure out, where is this place? Like, these visions keep directing him from one place to another. And he's trying to figure out, what is it? Something is directing me to a place, a thing, something I should be doing, a place I should be. But there's another voice in his head that's making him feel like he's not enough, that he is crazy in the head, that something's wrong, etc. And so, but he pushes past that, and he like, you know what? I have this vision. I have to go follow what I know. I have to follow that vision that I'm having. And as he gets to one place, he gets directed to another place, etc. And in his vision, he sees, one of his visions, he sees a couple of people that he knows sitting around this table, and he doesn't understand why they would be sitting around this table. But he knows that in his vision, he has to get to this other place in order to start putting the puzzle pieces together. So he talks a group of people into those people, into going with him on a journey, because he knows that they have to go along with him in order to figure out what's going on, what's happening, why he has to be at this certain place. And I just know for myself that there have been times when especially most recently, there's a different voice in my head that's beating me up, telling me that, you're not going to accomplish that. You're going to fail again. In trying to launch my website, when I launched it initially a couple of years ago, like I've told y'all before, I went crazy. Like, my brand shot up And I made so much money so fast. I was getting so much exposure so fast, getting all of these brand ambassadors. Like, everything was going on so quick. And when I took a moment to myself to, to just launch it properly, because I just had a temporary site. So I'm like, hold on, y'all, let me do this the right way, because it's the purpose of the brand was being missed. Like, let me take a break. And when I took that break, I battle with depression already. So when I took that break, I started feeling through some emotions of an experience that had taken place, because I realized I was operating off of high functioning depression. And so it has taken me another 5 years to try to relaunch it, because I keep battling. And I know that there are moments where I have to take time to myself. For instance, from social media right now, I've been off social media for about a month now. And I don't communicate with, I have to be withdrawn from a lot of human interaction so I could think and get myself grounded. And so there's a fear of, because I'm ready to launch the site. I have everything I need. But there's a fear of, okay, if I launch it because I know what I'm capable of, right? If I launch it and my marketing, everything that I have been planning for all of these years, all these different ideas, if I do it, I got everything right. Will something happen? The fear of something happening and me having to take that break, me having to take that pause. And then I feel like that hurts the business, right? So if I have to take that time to myself and withdraw again and pause the whole brand, my customers, whomever it is that I am impacting or selling to, it's like, if they enjoy my product, I'm putting them on pause, so I just don't want that. I'm trying to make sure, get myself enough grounded and guide my relationship to make sure that when I execute, I have a plan for, even if I need time to, time away from human interaction, that I have backup. I have people in place for that, or that I could sustain emotionally, that I have different methods and tools so that I don't have to do that. I don't have to withdraw completely and shut my whole brand down because I'm dealing with something emotionally. So that's a battle, right? That's a battle that I'm dealing with in my head. That me and God have been, working on, trying to, gather me in that space. So anyways, so the guy pushed past that. He's like, I have a vision. I have this idea. I have to, I keep having these visions. Something is pulling me towards something bigger. I have to go do that. And, back to that voice. We have these voices in our heads that tells us we're not enough, or we're going to fail, or we can't accomplish that, or we can't do that, because his mission was major. He had to get on a boat with 6 different people, talk these 6 different people into even going. Okay, giving them large amounts of money and everything to get on this raggedy boat to go in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, where everybody is saying it's so dangerous, or people get killed. Talk these people into doing that, and then getting out there in the middle of that water and try to convince everybody we cannot turn back. There's a bigger vision. There's a reason why we all have to be here in this place. And so once he pushed past all of that and pushed past that voice, he's arguing with the people there, because they're like, hold on, where do you have us at? Because he never told them that, why they had to be there. Because he honestly didn't know. All he knew was that he had a vision. And so they like, oh no, he talked to himself. He out his head. What the heck is going on? This man talking about he's seeing a vision. We're all going to die here. We're going to lose our life. And once they all stopped, once they all released their personal grievances and frustration towards each other, or whatever they were battling internally, they received these supernatural superhero gifts. And I'm like, whoa, okay. All right, God, you're speaking to me through, this TV show that's on Netflix. But yeah, like they got these superhero. Like once you push past it, the voice that was in his head was a challenge. It was a challenge to see whether or not he was going to push past it, even though it was hurtful or frustrating and making him feel like he's crazy in the head, and people weren't understanding what was going on with him, even though he was battling with all of this. Like he pushed past it, and he pushed past it with intention, because it gave him, like, once he got everybody on board, he just kept going despite that voice in his head. He got this supernatural gift, right? And I'm just like, man, just speaking for myself, like, whenever I have pushed past the voice in my head and faced my fears and gotten through something, like, I got to the other side, and it was like a heightened feeling of my gifts, a heightened feeling of like, well, when you face your fears anyway and you do something big, it like takes your spirit to a whole nother level too. And it helps you show you that, what you can accomplish. You look back like it wasn't that bad. Like once I got through that, once I pushed past that, I'm good. And, just even if you are in battle with yourself, knowing that you can trust God. If you can't trust you, you can trust God that he going to keep you and he's going to direct your path, and staying in their relationship with him. That like ain't nothing to really be afraid of, because if you fall, he going to catch you. Like there's a hand there to catch you. But earlier, I was listening to a sermon about the woman. I think it was in 2 Kinkz something. The woman with the oil, when she was talking to Elijah about telling him that her husband, 2 Kinkz 4, the widow's oil multiply. I read the HCSB version of the Bible because I'm not King James old yet. I ain't that grown. I'm not that grown to be able to interpret the Bible or to understand the Bible at that level. So I read the HCSB, which is the Holman Bible Publishers version. But anyway, so 2 Kinkz 4, I've heard most recently several different sermons regarding this woman with this oil, where she goes to Elisha and she's like, my husband died, my son, they about to, the people who I owe are about to take my sons and put them into slavery. Like, I don't have nothing, like I need your help. And Elijah's like, the prophet's like, what do you have? And she's like, all I have is oil. He was like, go home and fill empty vessels with that oil. And when she went home, she filled a whole bunch of empty vessels with oil. She came back to him. She's like, all right, I got the oil filled in these vessels. What you want me to do now? And he was like, take the oil, sell it, and pay off your debts. And with the remaining amount of money, you're going to live off of it. And so that hit me too, because they all went together. Like the show, I'm about to tell y'all how they all tie in. The show, what is it? Jupiter's. I'm trying to make sure I stay on. Jupiter something. I said it at the beginning. I can't remember it again because I wrote it down. But Jupiter's something. How the two of them tie in. So I was just thinking about the oil, right? Thinking about the oil. The show is called Jupiter's Legacy. Thinking about the oil that's in us, your gift, what God has instilled in you, the anointing. What has God anointed us for? Whatever that gift is that he has given us, right? So just looking at the dynamic of, okay, Elijah told her in, 2 Kinkz chapter 4, verses 1 through 7. Y'all can read it for yourselves. She told him all she got is oil. Like, I don't have nothing but oil. And when he told her to go fill empty vessels, fill empty containers with oil and sell it. Taking your gift, your anointing, everybody has something. we all have something that God has gifted us with. And it's almost always that one thing that we can do every day for free that brings us so much excitement. Like somebody will pay you for it. Somebody will pay you for that exact thing. So if you follow that right voice, push past those negative voices, and like you have this vision, and you in a rut or you in a stuck place, and something is just keep calling you towards something bigger, something mightier. That's just something bigger. Listening to that voice, taking that oil, pouring it into empty vessels, spreading it out, and getting paid for that very thing, and living off of what you like to do, like your gift, what was instilled in you, that oil. And like I just went for a walk around my subdivision, and like all of this was hit me. I'm like, I gotta share it. Like I have to share that, how the two of these tie in, because although I know God gave me those things personally for myself to help me through this stage, where I'm at currently, because I'm at peace, but I'm also in the struggle. I'm in a struggle because I'm ready, but God is telling me, like, I'm fully ready to launch. But God is like, there's a part of me who's afraid, who's like, oh my God, like the fear of what happens if, emotionally, can I handle, like, am I ready enough right now, good enough right now emotionally, where I know I have all the tools that if anything happened, if anything took place from tomorrow to the next 30 years, can I still hold up my business? Can I keep my business moving and not have to pause it because of my emotional state? And because I feel like I can get through some stuff right now, but God is telling me that He wants to. I need to sit with Him some more. He knows some stuff that I don't know. He knows what the future looks like, and so He needs me to sit with Him just a little bit longer. Not too much longer, so that He can strengthen me, so that I can be prepared for whatever is coming. Because if He has given me, this vision, like He doesn't want me to ever have to pause it, or to just be in a state where I could trust somebody else. If all else fails, trust somebody else to keep the business flowing while I take some time away to myself in solitude to gather, because I have trust issues with human beings. I don't really have a lot of faith. I mean, I love people, but I don't put nothing past nobody. It's me and God at this point, because I've gone through so much stuff, and so God is making sure, okay, hold on, let me make sure me and you are close and we're in relationship. Me and you know my voice. You can trust me. So when I tell you hire this person to be in this position, even if you feel like you don't trust them, or you can't trust them, or you don't know them, you can trust me to know that I'm putting them in a position that they can do, that they can handle. So you can trust them, right? So that dynamic. So just wanted to to come on here, and hopefully, if anybody is listening to this who is battling with those voices in their head, that voice that's telling them, whether it is the voice of your old self when you failed before, or the voice of a family member or a friend or a teacher, somebody that told you wasn't good enough, or that you couldn't accomplish something, or you couldn't get it done, like pushing past that voice. If you know you got a vision, and you know like what you're capable of, and that there's so much more bigger, don't settle for, just don't settle for just mediocre. Push past that, because once get past the challenge, once you push past those voices, that supernatural superhero power pop in, and now you over here saving the world. Okay, you are saving the world, because even if it's something that you feel like is minimal, I promise you, everything that we all have, one thing that we have, that gift that God has given all of us, it seems, it may appear minimal to us or to other people. It may seem like that, but it's major to a whole lot of people, and somebody can use it. Somebody can use you. So if we all put all our gifts together and we are standing in our truth and in our power and our whatever our supernatural gift is, just imagine how we could all live collectively, and like how happy and at peace we all are when we are doing what we're supposed to be doing and blessing other people by being able to offer whatever it is that we are doing or that we're offering. All right. I love you all in real life. So I've been binge watching this show. It is called